Cheers.
Cheers.
So, Austin, I see you're wearing a special hat.
Ho, 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 ho,
Are we going to be
ho.
talking about Thanksgiving today?
Halloween?
Halloween. We're talking about Halloween today because
I thought it was obvious.
we're dressing up as Santa Claus for Halloween.
Yes.
No, we're talking
I
about
dress up as Santa Claus every day because I'm fat and I have a beard.
Well, if
well,
you put
not
on,
today, but
if you put on a white beard, man, you would make a great Santa Claus.
thank you.
Yeah, it would be great.
Thank you.
You should do that. Every year you should be Santa Claus. Well,
Thank you.
Sorry, man. Actually, I got to tell you a funny story. So one time when I was Ryugakusei in Japan, they were looking for an exchange student to like pretend to be Santa for this like elementary school class or something.
Yeah.
And they chose me. And
It's like, just find the fat guy in the group.
no, I wasn't fat. I was really skinny at that time.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why they picked. It's probably because my Japanese was like the best.
Mm.
But so I go to this stadium near like in like Yoyogi or something like that.
Okay.
And I remember they didn't give me a script to say. They just said, "Hey, we're just gonna ask you where you're from, and you're gonna say that you brought presents for the kids." Okay, it's like great. So I put on my Santa gear. I come out, and the person is like, "Hi, Santa," and I say, "Ho ho ho, hi everyone." And they're like, "Santa, where did you come from?" I said, "I came from the North Pole," and the announcer like has this dead look in her face because in Japan, Santa comes from Finland.
What? What?
He comes from Finland.
Why does he come from Finland?
Because that's about as far north as you can go without getting Antarctica, I guess.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So I just remember.
That's so random. He's from Germany.
Yeah, I know, but he moved up north to avoid persecution, man.
What? What? Oh my God. I don't even know how to react to that.
I know. I just remember everyone there was like this awkward silence for a minute. And then they're like, "Okay, Santa, and what'd you bring?" And I was like, "Oh, I brought the toys for everyone." And then the person who had me on, they were like, "Oh, thank arigatou gozaimashita." And I was like, "What did I do wrong?" And then later on, I found out Santa's from Finland.
From Finland. Well,
Komin, did you grow up hearing that Santa's from Finland?
Maybe later.
Yeah. Yeah. In America, he's from the North Pole.
yeah, he's from the North Pole.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
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 The North Pole.
Yeah. But Finland's so random.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Like there's no cultural connection to that either.
If anyone knows why
Yeah.
Santa Claus is from Finland, please let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
On top of that, I'd also like to know, why is the sun red? Because the sun is yellow. That's another crazy cultural thing I found out too.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's like you look at the flag.
I know,
the
but
flag
and when
is
the
the
kids
sun.
and when the kids draw the sun in like the
The
sky,
red.
it's red. It's like, no, it's yellow.
I mean, it's actually white.
Yeah, that's. I just remember when I was in like a college class and someone wanted to show that cultural difference. They're like, "Hey, Arthur,
Yeah.
by the way, what color is the sun?" I'm like, "Oh, it's yellow." And all the kids looked at me like, "What? Are you crazy?"
Dude, it's the same thing as calling the go light
Yeah.
on a traffic light blue.
Yeah, it's green.
It's green.
Yeah, it is.
Even in
green.
Japan, it's green. Why is
know.
it blue?
But they call it owl because owl used to be like the color of vegetation. That's why. Anyways,
Which is also wrong.
I know we're getting off into the weeds now. But Austin, you have something for us for this occasion?
Yes. So Kombin gave us a Christmas present.
Komin gave us a Christmas present. She's our Santa from Finland today.
We have gingerbread cookies.
Gingerbread cookies?
So let me preface this by saying,
Can I eat one while you're prefacing?
here you go, Arthur.
Thank you. These look great. Anyone on the podcast,
Oh,
please
these-
watch
these actually look
look
tasty.
amazing.
Did you get these from Caldi? Yeah,
Yeah, this is great.
God. Oh.
I want to know where these from, because it has like an American nutrition facts thing. Oh no, it's from Germany.
Yeah, I was gonna say because
Hauptmarkt.
like when I think of gingerbread, man, it's like
No,
Germany.
But you know what it is? To be honest, the way that I look at this package, it's probably made in Germany, imported to America, re-imported to Japan, because it's got the American nutrition label underneath here. And German goods always have like 5 different European languages on it, and this only has English on it. So, but wonderful. So we're going to be showing this instead of the sake. So Caldi, I hope we can get like royalties or something.
yeah,
Yes.
Caldi, we're
Yes,
gonna be
must.
supporting you guys. So you know.
So what's your preface?
Okay. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. Like I was gonna say something now, like that gingerbread's just kind of stuck with me. Oh,
It is really good.
okay. So I want to talk about this. So, Christmas. Let me tell you, Christmas in America.
Sucks.
No, that's your opinion.
Compared to German Christmas, it does.
Oh, yeah, whatever. American Christmas is awesome. Watch Christmas. Have you seen Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase?
Yes, I have actually. Yeah.
It's an amazing movie, and it's a documentary. If you want to know what American Christmas
Oh my
is like,
gosh,
watch
no, it's
Christmas
not.
Vacation.
But it is very funny.
We watch it every year. Anyways, so a lot of people talk about Christmas foods, right? And like you go here in Japan and you go to like the Christmas markets that are supposed to be like the what's it in German, like
Weihnachtsmarkt.
Weihnachtsmarkt.
There you go.
That sounds. Why does everything in German sound so hardcore?
It's because
Weihnachtsmarkt.
it's because you grew up listening to only Hitler. That's why.
Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna get. Thanks for demonetizing our episode right
I
there.
just
by
said- I just
mentioning
said-
Mustache Man. Anyways. So, but we talk about Christmas foods. And we have Christmas markets here, and you go to a Christmas market and you have like hot wine, which my friend sent me 5 bottles
Glühwein, yeah.
a month ago. I've drank all of them. It didn't even last to November.
Well, come on, man. We all know that you
Man,
like the bottle, so it's okay.
I like the bottle. No, I don't drink that much, but I love hot wine. I love it so much. Anyways, so you go there, you can get hot wine, and then you primarily get German food. It's actually kind of interesting. You don't get really that much British food.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more British influence in Japan than German.
Yeah.
But anyways, so you can get like sausages, you can get like bratwursts, you can get I don't know, what else do you see?
Actually, I've never been. So, yeah, I just really like the bratwurst stuff.
Yeah.
To me, it's like Oktoberfest food. Just,
Yeah, it's just like sausages. That's really what you get. And I think a lot of people in Japan don't really get exposed to like real Christmas food,
Okay.
right?
American Christmas food.
Do you think that?
Before we go in this, my bias is showing. I gotta tell you guys. So, I'm American. I was born American. I don't speak German, but I was born in Germany, and until I was 7, I lived in Germany. So and in Germany, Christmas is a month. It's not a day, it's a month. On December 1st, you have the Weihnachtsmarkt, which is open for the whole month. And it's great. It takes up normally the whole town center. And you go there all the time. There are games. It's kind of like Japanese omatsuri with the yatai and stuff like that. And it's just great. There's snow. They have a big tree. It's like everything is like exuding the Christmas spirit there. But when I came to America, it's like, hey guys, let's put up a nativity scene and some Christmas decorations, but let's buy a bunch of shit. And that was it. It's like it was all about like buying stuff, you know?
Yeah, you just live in a crappy place.
Yeah, probably. To be honest, where you live is quite Nordic, and where I live is quite Southern European, Greeks, Italians.
Yeah.
You know, we celebrate differently apparently.
Yeah. So let me talk about what I think of Christmas food, though, because we got sausages and everything. The most important thing about Christmas food is the cookies.
Is it cookies?
Is the cookies.
Yes.
And that's where I was trying to lead in because we have the gingerbread cookies. So Christmas cookies are huge.
Yeah.
And I want to preface this by saying, like, I keep saying preface. I don't know why.
You want to sound smart because
I do want to sound smart.
The hat on.
But like I want to say, every single family has a recipe. When it comes to Christmas cookies, you don't buy them at the store.
Yeah.
Usually, you make them or mom makes them. You know what I mean? It's like you have your family's Christmas cookies.
Yeah.
Like that's something I used to look forward to all the time when I moved here. And going back and visiting. I remember when I first moved to Japan. I think I didn't go back to America for like a year and a half. And when I finally went back, I was only there for a week. It was like super short, but I got 2 tubs of Christmas cookies to bring back.
Oh yeah.
And man, dude, they barely lasted the flight over.
Yeah.
Like
I get it.
Christmas cookies are such a big thing.
Yeah.
And part of the holidays. It's like the main food that you like get to enjoy.
Yeah.
Because they're so good.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because like I think for my family, the big thing for us is the Christmas tree more than the food. Because so let me explain, because for us, I don't know what it's like at your house, but for us, putting up the Christmas tree is actually really important because you go to a place and you pick the tree and you put it up, which is nice. But the thing that we have in our house is we have like 4 tins that I think used to have cookies in it, but they have our ornaments now.
Okay.
And
I love these so much.
Comey, we should probably take these away before he eats the whole bag.
I will eat the whole bag.
I'm gonna just take one and then I'll let you eat the whole bag if you want. But yeah, so the thing about us is like we put ornaments on the tree, but these are ornaments that we've kept our entire lives that we have like saved over the years. Like when we share Christmas with someone, they'll give us an ornament as a gift. So like the best part about the tree is when we're putting it up, we're like putting up each of the ornaments. We're like, oh, I remember when I got this one. Oh, this one reminds me of this person. And I can, like my parents, when I was born, they bought an ornament in memory of my birth.
Yeah.
And so like you're kind of like going over your life as you're putting this up. And then it's just like a memory for the whole time it's up, you know?
It's true. I think most American families do that because we did that also.
Yeah.
And like we would have some like generic Christmas ornaments, but like I'll give you an example. One of the gifts that I was given by my family when my daughter was born, Christmas ornament. Right?
Yeah.
It was one of those things, and I think we actually got like a gift for a wedding.
Did you get that? Did you get that ornament around the time she was born or at Christmas time?
When she was born.
Okay.
My mom sent it over.
Okay.
If I'm remembering right. And it's really important because something that I think is different between Japan and America is the history of America is very new.
Yeah.
Right. Japan has a very deep history, and I think to a certain extent, it's very easy to trace back families like hundreds and hundreds of years. Whereas, America's all about starting fresh, right? So, I think most Americans are coming from Europe, and they can trace their roots back to like Ireland or England or Germany or, whatever European country they're from. And, if they're not from Europe, obviously other countries too. But the whole thing is like, I'm coming from this place, but I am resetting.
Yeah.
And a lot of immigrants, when they came to America throughout history, they had their names changed. Either by request or sometimes like by force. It's like, your name's too complicated. I don't know how to spell that. You're Smith.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? So
do you have any like cultural names from when your family came over?
Not really connected to me. My mom's maiden name is Dolph, which is obviously German, but my grandpa was adopted.
Okay.
So he's not actually German. And then like my mom's side is like as Irish as you could possibly get. Like her name's like O'Raftery.
Okay, O'Raftery. O'Raftery.
Yeah, and they left Japan, or sorry, they left
Japan. That's Ireland.
Japan. They left Ireland during the potato famine,
Yeah.
and made a homestead. Like came through Canada and made a homestead in Montana. And do you know? I don't know if you know Glacier National Park.
Oh yeah, Nutsby loves that place.
But yeah,
It's like a favorite
we've
place
talked
in the
about
country,
that. Yeah. So, anyways, like. Yeah, so like we've got like a homestead over there. It's like in our family's name, but anyways, and like my dad's side is a little bit of mix like between Britain and Ireland, but mostly Irish. And anyways, so you come to America and you reset, right? And there's been all of this effort into creating traditions in American culture, right? You have food traditions, you have sports traditions. And Christmas is just one of those other things where it's like you create traditions, and part of that, like setting up the ornament, is like, okay, well, we don't have a history,
but this is our
history now, and that's kind of like where it comes from. Like you see all around the world, there's a really big emphasis on large families.
Yeah.
Right. You can see in like Mexico, you can see it in Europe. It's like even here in Japan, it's really common for families to all live together.
Yeah, with their grandparents, you know?
Yeah. It's very common. Or even if they don't live in the same house, like at least living like in very close proximity of each other.
Yeah, it was like our friend Ken, you know, he's about to have a baby.
Yeah.
They're going to move house to close to the wife's parents.
Yeah, exactly,
you know?
right?
Yeah.
It's very, very common here in Japan. In America, it's very rare.
Yeah.
America's set up, and probably many people have heard the term nuclear family.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't actually have anything to do with nuclear bombs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It has to do with like the actual cell.
Yeah.
Like it's a nucleus.
Yeah, it's
like
the center.
you have mom, dad, kids.
That's it. Yeah.
Right. And this tradition's built around that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, if you had multiple generations of Christmas ornaments, like there'd be no space on the tree for all of it, you know? But
go get your own tree.
Yeah. But yeah, one thing that
these.
one thing that for me too is like also Christmas is like one of the few times when the whole family gets together, you know? So like I remember Christmas when I was a kid, we'd have like, my family was pretty small, but we had like 20 people over, you know, because it was my dad's siblings and their kids, and it was my grandparents, you know? So I really miss that because, you know, after my grandfather died and my grandmother died, we didn't really come together anymore.
Yeah. I think that's really common. It's the same thing with my family, except everyone hates each other. So,
well, my family, we hate each other too. Greeks always hold grudges.
Yeah.
Forever.
The Irish do too. So
yeah, I know. I know. Dude. But yeah, another thing. So like at least Christmas in my house, right, is I know it's Christmas time when my mom turns on Charlie Brown Christmas. The CD, and she will play it. That CD.
Christmas time is here.
Yeah.
Hey guys, if you've watched this far, you're gonna love our Austin and Arthur friends.
In the Austin and Arthur friends, you're going to really improve your English listening, and I mean a lot.
Yeah. So for each episode, you'll get English and Japanese subtitles, so you can check your listening and comprehension.
You'll also get access to a members-only community where you can talk with us, the both of us. Mainly me, right?
No, definitely not. For more info, click on the link here, or in the description box of this video.
Thanks for being our friend.
Woo!
I have no friends.
Oh my God.
I know, but she'll play that like the whole month, you know?
Dude, it literally November 1st. It starts in my family.
Oh, really? November 1st?
Yeah, I remember growing up as a kid, like my mom was always really big into decorations. Yeah. Regardless of the holiday. So it's like 4th of July, she would hang up 4th of July stuff, Valentine's stuff, Halloween stuff, and then
skip Thanksgiving.
No, dude, we'd have all our Christmas stuff up way before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Way before. Like as soon as Halloween was done, I'm talking like the first week in November, sometimes the second week, we would have Christmas stuff up.
Yeah.
Like my mom would be busting out like the Christmas tree. We never used a real Christmas tree. We always had a fake one.
Okay.
So she would be pulling that out. She had a huge snow village. I don't know if do you know snow villages?
What are those?
They're these like porcelain buildings, and it's like really like I feel like middle class moms.
Did your mom really have like a lot of like small porcelain figurines and stuff around the house?
Yeah.
Ah, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That like
my grandma too. My grandma was obsessed with them. But yeah. So like we would have this huge snow village, and then that actually translated or transformed into a massive nativity scene.
Oh, really?
Like we would set up a nativity scene. Initially, it's like the nativity scene where it's like you have Jesus being born, but apparently that just expanded into like all of Jerusalem. Because like we would have straight up like Jerusalem set up.
Yeah.
And it was so crazy.
Let me explain what like a nativity scene is quickly for those who don't know. So, you know, Christmas comes from the word Christ Mass, which means the birth of Christ. Yeah. Because it's a celebration of Jesus' birthday, even though he wasn't born on that day. But to commemorate that, a lot of Catholic or heavily religious families will have like they'll create like a little scene with like mini statues
Yeah.
of the Bible story when Jesus is born. So you'll have a little manger or a little baby
fill it
bed.
up. You're all dry.
Yeah, with Mary and Joseph, the parents around him. Then you have the 3 wise men, because that's what's written in the Bible.
Yeah.
But it's like this little scene that you make with these small characters to remind you of Jesus.
And man, let me tell you, growing up, like, so I grew up Catholic. Not my whole life. We went to like some weird churches when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It's like we went to like this place called like Church of Religious Sciences. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Dude, it's a cult, man.
Okay.
It's just straight up a cult.
Okay.
I didn't really think about it until like looking back on it now as an adult. It's like, yeah, that was a cult. That was straight up.
Yeah.
But eventually, like, I started going to Catholic church probably when I was like 10 or 11, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like early teens. And like both my parents grew up Catholic, so it wasn't anything new to them. So like I started becoming Catholic, and man, we started going to like Catholic mass, and so something,
It's like a church meeting, right?
yeah, something that's kind of, I feel like Catholic mass is really similar to like Hatsumode.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Right. And what I mean by that is Hatsumode is boring.
Yeah.
It's really boring. And I'm not talking about like the actual like going to visit the shrine. I'm not talking about that, because that can be fun, right? It's like, oh, let's go visit the shrine. Like, last year I went to like Aso-san, like Mount Aso in Kumagaya. And it's like the environment around was really cool. But what real Hatsumode is waiting in line for 4 hours.
Yeah.
That's what real Hatsumode is.
Yeah, especially
right?
Meiji Jingu and
exactly,
Sensoji.
right? You're
Yeah.
waiting in line for like 4 hours to finally enter the shrine and go pray, right? And it sucks. It's so boring. And that's what Catholic Mass is.
Yeah, basically like, so Catholic Mass is a special church service you do to remember Christ's birth. But the thing about it is, even if you're not religious, most people will go to Mass or church on Christmas and Easter. Just like in Japan, even if you never go to Otera, you will go to a temple for New Year's or around New Year's, and you'll go on Obon, It's like that. So we call them like Easter and Christmas Christians.
Yeah. And so like with Catholics, we have something called Midnight Mass. So
right.
So all Catholics show up in Mass.
24th, right? The day before.
So Mass starts at midnight, and dude, it drags on.
Yeah.
It finishes like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours of darkness and just
oh my God, man. It does not end.
Yeah.
And I remember, dude, so I used to go to church every Sunday.
Yeah.
And so like Catholic, it's kind of funny. It reminds me of like work in Japan.
Yeah.
Because at my school, I show up every morning at and my school starts at 8:20. And at the beginning, you have your like morning meeting where everybody, and I'm sure this is the same in all companies and all schools in Japan, everybody stands up and it's like Ohayo gozaimasu, and then you sit down, and then like the principal or sacho will say something, and everyone's like, oh, okay, and then the meeting finishes, you stand up again, like arigatou gozaimasu, and you bow and you sit down, and then you start your day. Yeah. That's how Catholic Mass feels.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's like every 15 minutes, you're like standing up, you do some random like hymn crap, you sit down, and then you go kneel and you're praying. And so I used to fall asleep while we were doing the pray thing, and my dad did too.
Yeah.
And I remember my mom, she'd be sitting like between me and my dad, and my mom would always like elbow me, like, wake up, you're embarrassing us, stop sleeping.
Yeah.
Oh
man. Yeah, so it's funny because my mom grew up Roman Catholic, my dad grew up Greek Orthodox. They both lost their faith. And then when I was 5 years old, they became evangelical Christians, Protestants. So we would like have our own church services. That was more interactive. It was nicer, but it was still very much like on Christmas, there would be 10 times the amount of people normally,
Yeah.
because it's church. Yeah. But what are some things in your own household in the States that remind you of Christmas, like the things that you guys do?
The things that really remind me of Christmas is so first of all, the Christmas cookies.
Yeah.
Like as soon as December hits, or I would say as soon as Thanksgiving hits, from then until New Year's, there is a tray of Christmas cookies on the kitchen counter at all times.
Okay.
If that runs out, we go get another tub. If that runs out, my mom makes more.
Okay.
There was always Christmas cookies
see.
in my house.
I see.
That was like the number one thing growing up. And then also eggnog.
Eggnog, yeah, making eggnog or
we never made eggnog.
Okay.
We always bought it from the store, but like we always had eggnog in our refrigerator. So it's like you could tell it was Christmas because we ordered Christmas cookies and eggnog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, like the thing that really shows me that's Christmas is one, Charlie Brown Christmas music is playing.
Yeah.
But then my mom, like we never did a lot of Christmas decorations outside of our house, but she would have like the light candles. So like the fake candles that are like just electric light bulbs or whatever.
Yeah.
And she'd put them in all the windowsills. So like at night it would be like on the outside, it's like there's a candle in the window. But that's like part of the season right there,
dude.
you know?
We I don't want to throw shade on my dad because he put in effort. My dad tried, but like we would always put up Christmas lights. And it would be like the most half-assed attempt of putting Christmas lights up. Like my dad would go to like Lowe's or Costco or some hardware store, right, and buy Christmas lights. Or my mom would do it, right, and my dad would put them up, and it would just be like we have like one string of icicle lights, and that's it.
Oh man, yeah, it's just like. Just a little bit of lights.
Meanwhile, like our neighbors always, because like Americans really love Christmas lights, and a lot of people actually go like really crazy,
hardcore. Like they'll have giant snowmen, inflatable snowmen,
and so you'll be driving through our neighborhood, and it's like you see all these houses. They have this rows and rows and rows and rows of Christmas lights.
Did you ever feel like it was kind of a competition to see who could do the best?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
there is. It's not even a question.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you like all these rows and rows and rows and rows of Christmas lights, and then you get to our house and it's like,
yeah.
My dad would be sitting up there on a ladder with like a stapler and the thing like, God, fucking hate this, right?
Just do that and then you quit
for like 4 hours.
What so was there any other sort of like I know for me, Christmas music and Christmas movies were a big part of us. So, like, what movies would you guys watch?
Christmas Vacation and Home Alone.
Christmas Vacation, Home Alone?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, it's actually really interesting that Home Alone is massive. I was going to say so huge, but that doesn't even do it justice. It's massive in Japan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
It's so crazy, right? Because I'll talk to all of my students, right? And these kids are kids that are born in, like, 2005?
Yeah.
Something like that.
And Home Alone was like what, 92?
Yeah, I don't even think it was 2005. I think most of my kids nowadays are like 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was 14 years ago, right? Yeah. So it's like Home Alone came out in 1990.
Oh, 1990. Okay.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So it came out in 1990, and I think like growing up as a 90s kid, like that you watch Home Alone.
Yeah.
Right? And I think many families kind of watch it as a Christmas movie, but like the 3 Christmas movies that I remember are as like Home Alone, Christmas Vacation, and Die Hard.
Yeah, you're so like you're so modern American, man. We watched all the old movies.
Oh, like A Christmas Carol.
Well, no, so when I was a kid, we watched like the stop motion Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and like Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Oh yeah, I mean those will be playing on the TV, but like who cares about those?
I liked them when I was a kid, man. Those were nice.
Suck, man. I never liked those. Those were always lame. But I was like 6 years old watching Die Hard. So I mean, what do you what do you do?
And Die Hard has like nothing to do with Christmas. It's just the situation is based on at Christmas time, which is why
it's a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie technically. Yeah. I still have never seen Die Hard.
Really?
Never.
Do
I have to give you my American card now? Am I not American enough for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just quit this podcast. It'll be the Austin show from now on.
It'll be the Austin show. But the thing is like I'm sugar and you're like the vegetables.
What? What are you talking about?
In a meal.
Oh, you mean like in this conversation?
If the Austin Arthur show was like a full course meal,
yeah,
I'm like the little like cream dessert or something at the end. It's like I don't think I could do a whole show by myself.
I'm just imagining you as like a cream puff now, man.
Dude, I'm kind of shaped like one. But no, I mean, like, yeah, we balance each other
I know.
out.
I'm just joking around.
But yeah, it like when I think of really like definitive Christmas movies, it's got to be Christmas Vacation. Because if you guys haven't seen this movie, it's a Chevy Chase movie, and I know our audience kind of skews to like kind of more like 40s, 50-year-old range.
Yeah, it's that time period.
So probably if you know Hollywood, you guys know who Chevy Chase is, and so if you like him, then you'd really enjoy this movie. And it is like. It is this stereotypical Christmas experience. Basically, the movie's about family coming over and staying at your house, and extended family coming over and hating them.
Yeah.
And kind of dealing with that.
Yeah, because
right?
like Christmas is the one time when all your family comes over, even the people you don't like.
Yeah, right. And so it's just basically like surviving, you know, having to deal with your extended family over.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why it's such a popular movie is just because so many Americans have to experience that.
Yeah.
Like you have to, you know, especially like you know, you go to like Christmas parties on Christmas Eve, and like your whole family's there, and it's just like, I don't know if it's the same in Japan. Maybe they have people that they hate in their family too, but it's like you have to see these people and are like, God, man, I just don't want to be in the same room as these people. They suck. But it's not real Christmas if you're not suffering.
Well, no, but see, this is the thing that like, so when I first came over from Germany to the States, I'm like, all these people are so like, there's some nice things, of course, but everyone is so stressed about buying presents, getting the right presents, and then you have all this like stressing about, I need to have this perfect get together, and we have to have the perfect meal.
Yeah,
like that was something that my aunt and uncle would always take care of and stuff. Yeah, but like in Germany, right? So it's called Weihnachten. I mean, now they celebrate Christmas on the 25th as well, but like the big day, I think it was like December 17th or something. When Sankt Nikolaus, when Saint Nicholas comes by, and you put your boots outside, and in the morning, your boots are filled with candy and small toys. And it's like whatever fits in the boot, that's what you got, you know?
Yeah.
There's no room for like big presents and stuff.
Man.
And it was way more chill, and like you can go to the Weihnachtsmarkt and get like anything, whatever you want.
This is why this is a perfect situation of why I hope someday our channel grows to a point where we can just point and be like, dude, you gotta check out the video right here.
Jamie, put this up.
Throw the video up. Because like, dude, do you ever, I mean, maybe you even experienced this, but if you guys don't know what we're talking about, look this up on YouTube of like kids opening presents on Christmas Day.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's really funny. Like there's people just losing their mind. Like I remember, like I think most kids have a memory of opening something cool up on Christmas.
Yeah, right.
And I'll tell you, I have two memories. Mm-hmm. First of all, I had my best friend growing up as a kid. His name was Jordan, right? And bless him, you know, Jordan's a great guy, but his family was poor.
Yeah,
right. And I always felt so bad because I like Christmas morning, I would open up presents, and you know, I came from like a middle upper class
fairly
family,
wealthy,
like pretty wealthy family. So I would always get Christmas presents that I wanted. And I would open up, and you know, for example, I got like a Nintendo 64 and like a big Lego set and like all these cool things. I'd be like, oh, this is so awesome. Oh yeah. And then I would call Jordan up on a wired phone. Yeah. Because those
Jordan, I got all this. What did you get?
Yeah. So that's what a lot of kids did back then. It's like you call up and it's like, dude, what did you get? And I remember I called Jordan up one year, and I got like all these big Lego sets. I was probably 9, like 8 or 9 years old. And I was like, dude, oh my God, I got all these cool things. And he's like, oh, that's great, dude. And I was like, what'd you get? And he's like, I got socks.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah, my mom got socks for Christmas. Yeah.
It's just like, I didn't even know how to handle that as a 9-year-old. It's like, damn, man.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. I mean, what's funny now is like, like the thing that I really want for Christmas now is clothes.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like that's
right?
the worst you can get when you're a kid, but then you
Yeah.
actually like it when you're an adult.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, dude. Look, I'm gonna be honest, man. It's so hard finding clothes in Japan.
Yeah.
Because I am a large man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fat. I'm not that fat though, but I am fat. But I'm also very tall.
Yeah.
I'm 183 centimeters.
Wow.
Right. I wear a size 30 shoe.
Yeah.
Which you go to a store in Japan, you can't find size 30. They stop at 28. It drives me insane.
Yeah. I'm 29, so
Right?
I feel your pain.
My waist size is like it's I'm trying to remember what it is in inches. It's like somewhere around like 100 centimeters.
Okay. Yeah.
And then my length on my feet, my length from like my waist to my feet is like I don't remember, but it's really long. The point is, like, I can find stuff that fits around my waist, but it doesn't go all the way to my feet, and it drives me insane.
Yeah, I know. We're not. We talked about this in another episode, but we're not built for Japan, so we do our shopping when we get home.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, exactly. So if people buy clothes for me, I'm usually really excited about it because it's like, oh, thank God I don't have to go shopping for clothes.
Man. So I want to ask you guys who are watching this. So are there any other questions that you guys have about Christmas for us? Because we didn't talk about so much. We talked about a lot of stories, but if you have any questions about Christmas, just leave them in the comments and we'll check them out. And hopefully, like I said, one of these days we can do a Jamie and be like, hey, Jamie, put that up, and then we can put up a picture of it.
I feel like we got the table now, man.
Yeah, we have the table now.
We got the table.
We're slowly upgrading. We need a few more friends, and then we can go do that.
The next goal is to be able to point to the videos, and they'll be right here.
Yeah, they will be right here. Yeah. Cool, man. All right, I'll talk to you next time.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.